What's up, guys? This is Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm here today at Audi in Clearwater. George has given us the 2021 Audi Q8 55 TSFI Quattro in your Navarre blue metallic. New for this year, standard safety updates, packages updates, seating for 5 with the coupe styling roofline. One of the most luxurious interiors with the latest tech from Audi. Dynamic exterior with the best elements. Is the Q8 the best luxury SUV? Does this pack the performance to match the styling? We're going to go over all the specs and details, starting now. Audi starts off the Q8 with the signature single frame grille. You're going to get the chrome bars on the exterior, and you're going to get them vertical as well with the high gloss black polish in between. It's going to be large and open with your HD matrix design LED headlamps. Now this is from the executive package, which also includes your LED daylight runnings. You're going to have a wide shoulder stance as you're looking at it with 78.5 inches of width. Lower air curtain with the metal look that's going to pretty much expose the lower spoiler. Ground clearance is still going to be at 5.75 inches and a height of 67.1 inches. A long flat hood to emphasize the luxury with an enlarged windscreen, tri-lined flared fenders with upgraded 22-inch 5 twin-arm design wheels, bi-colored aluminum alloy. Front disc reading at 14.8 inches, it's ventilated. The rear at 13.8 inches, ventilated as well. Adaptive damping suspension. The front and the rear will both get your multi-link with coil springs and anti-roll bars. S-line badging, just giving that sporty styling, and it's also going to indicate that around the window trims with the metal look that just emphasizes a little bit more of that traditional coupe design SUV. A length at 196.3 inches and a wheelbase at 117.9. All Q8s now will come standard with your blind spot monitoring and your rear cross traffic alert. Bold, gently sloped roofline that keeps headroom for the passengers but cuts some cargo space with the lower roof spoiler. Large rear window, LED tail lights with the animation. Your rear parking sensors are going to be tucked with the honeycomb grille here. You're going to have the exhaust styling lower bumper. The exhaust is actually tucked underneath, but this is what Audi's doing pretty much for all the brands, is they're hiding it underneath and still giving that sports design look. Towing package is already there, which will include up to 7,700 pounds of towing, a max payload at 1,124 pounds, going inside your power tailgate with the cargo starting at 30.5 cubic feet. There's a 12-volt charger. With the spare tire, the rear bench split folds at a 40-20-40 split, maxing your cargo to 60.7 cubic feet. The Audi Q8 55 packs performance with a TFSI Quattro 3.0-liter twin-scroll turbocharged V6, producing 335 horsepower with 369 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission, achieving 18 to 23 mpgs. A 0 to 60 is good for 5.3 to 5.6 seconds, and a top speed 130 miles per hour. The dynamic styling gives the impression of speed. Audi gives the luxury and the tech needed. Is this the best styling coupe SUV, or is it better than the competition? Let me know what you think in the comments of the 2021 Audi Q8 55 TFSI Quattro as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside the Audi Q8, you're going to get 37.1 inches of headroom, 41.6 inches of legroom, Pandu gray leather bucket front seats, 12-way power adjustment for both the driver and the passenger. You're going to get your memory for the driver, heated and ventilated front seats because we have the Premium Plus package. A horizontal dashboard with high gloss, black polish, gray-brown fine grain ash natural wood inlays, integrated toll module. It's nationwide according to Audi, which is nice because you don't have to put anything here if you drive through tolls. You're going to get the upper screen. It's a 10.1-inch MMI touch response and traffic information that's online. It does have your pinch. It has your swipe. This has your Sirius XM Wi-Fi hotspot, Audi smartphone interface, Bluetooth connectivity, Bang & Olufsen 3D Premier sound system. The lower screen is an 8.8 inch. It's also touchscreen, more derived for your 4-zone climate control, for your quick tabs, heated and ventilated seats. You'll have your driving select mode, which has 5 different driving settings, including your custom mode. 3-spoke leather wrap heated steering wheel. It's a Q design with the paddle shifters, multi-function. You're going to be looking and staring at that 12.3 Audi virtual cockpit. You can change the view so you can make it optimal for you, and you can go through the settings, and it has an array of settings. I personally would just leave it on the navigation where it just blows up nice and big, and it keeps the tach and the odometer there so you can see it relatively easy. For the elbows, it's pretty soft for both sides, and the seating position is soft as well. We do have a panoramic moonroof. I also like the fact that they carry on with the black polish and the metal look in this area here. The only plastic that you will really see or notice is the cup holders, which makes it easier to clean. 16.9 ounce water bottle. It fits pretty snug. You can fit a 20 ounce. I would say that's max. You have your 12-volt charger, an area here for your key fob, which Audi does a great job with that. Area that you can put your small phone, or even, I would say, a large phone as well. Opening up inside, you're going to get the Audi phone box, which will boost your signal, and it will charge your phone with your USB ports inside there. The door panel, you're going to get that natural wood inlays. You're going to get one touch up and down for all the windows. Storage, you could fit probably, I would say, a 32 ounce cup more or less, but you could definitely fit 3 or 4 16.9 ounce water bottles. Very spacious inside for the front too. Let's check out the back seats. For the back seat, I'm at 38.1 inches of headroom, 40.2 inches of legroom, loads of space back here, and I like the fact that you got air vents that's on the pillars and also in the center, which are dual climate control in the back, heated seats as well, 2 USB ports and a 12-volt. For the cup holders, it's about a 16.9 ounce water bottle. That's pretty much the gist of it there. For the elbows, it's pretty soft for the most part. You can recline these seats, so that does help. It's not a huge reclining as you can see, but it does help. You can also move these forward, so that way you can get even more cargo space, even though you might lose a little bit on the head area for the cargo because of that slope roof. But you don't really lose it in the back seat. Maybe just a touch, but it's not really a big deal. Door panel, you're going to get the wood inlays. You're going to get an area here for some trash or to put your gum wrapper. You can easily fit 2 to 3 16.9 ounce water bottles, and you got the Bang & Olufsen sound system in the door, so it really just makes that sound system more premier. The floor isn't flat. Let's see how I look in the center. Sitting into the rear, my head is grazing the headliner. My legs are grazing the passenger seat. I set it back a little bit further just to see. However, you can fit 3 people my size and my dimensions without too many problems. I'm going to be sharing leg space because the center kind of pushes your legs out, and you're going to definitely spend some shoulder space as well. So you can fit 3 people. It's not going to be as optimal. The nice thing is you can feel the AC all around you. The nice thing about the Q8 is it still has that sports-inspired interior feel, even into the rear, with the luxury amenities to top it off. Taking the 2021 Audi Q8 55 out for our test run, you're going to get the tension for your seatbelt. Safety is definitely there. 335 horsepower out of this V6 twin scroll turbocharged, and to show you what it means is you're going to get some power, you're going to get the luxury, smooth ride, super quiet in the interior, and there's no dual pane window. So this is what I'm trying to get at whenever I talk about Audis in all of my reviews. They're just so luxurious. It's almost like I'm in a library every single time I drive them. Brakes on it, ventilated both in the front and the rear, so you got that performance more or less to back it up, and it does a good job. The transitioning is pretty much effortless. We're going to put it into a sport mode, so I'm going to just go into the driver select here to put it into dynamics. Now you can go into your individual and you can configure it as sport derived if you want, so you can do the drive, the suspension, the steering, and we can see how well it does. 369 pound-feet of torque. Here we go, guys. Gonna give it some gas. Oh yeah. It is a lovely transition, especially when you're considering to drive this on a long journey, because you get that sports capabilities and you get the handling and the precision that comes out of the Audi line. So I do like that. Even with upgraded wheels, you don't really feel the impurities. As for dynamics, It's pretty good. We're gonna get it up on the highway so we can actually see a little bit on the throttle, downshift a bit to see how well she goes. And I mean, as you get up to speed, it's not unbearable. The sound is still quiet. They do a great job with the dampering. I will say, because of the upgraded wheels, we do hear some wind noise in the wheel well area, but for the most part, super quiet. Visibility, I can see everything. Dynamics stays relatively planted, so I do like that. And I also like the fact that the blind spot monitoring is on the inside of the mirror caps. So that way it makes it easier for you. You don't really have to look out. Now, I wish it was kind of like Kia, where they have it implemented in the gauge cluster. When you turn your signal on, you can see the blind spot. It's a camera that's basically on your side view mirror. Hopefully they'll integrate these type of things in the Audi line, because the technology that's in the Audis are just phenomenal. The luxury that you get, the seats are so pleasant and comfortable, and I'm not stressing it because I love the car or this or that. It's just the fact that it's a very well-made vehicle. And to show you what I mean by giving it some go, and you know, it's actually super quiet, the transition for the engine. You don't hear the engine that well. So it's a good thing, because when you're getting the V6, you're not really looking for something like, oh my gosh, I need full-blown performance, but you're getting a touch of the performance included. So it's a nice essence that they give you both amenities. Now, there is 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike, because anything more than that, I'd be buying this vehicle. The 3 things that I like about the vehicle is the dynamic proportions on all 4 corners. It really does a good job mimicking a coupe with the SUV heritage, so you have the capabilities to do a little bit more. The second thing that I like about the vehicle is the fact that I think, personally, Audi, Mercedes has some of the best tech. What I mean by that is the colors, the touch sensitivity, and the amount of things that you can do, especially for like your reverse camera. I mean, it's so many different camera settings. The third thing that I like about it is that they make everything accessible and easy. It's not like it's ages away. So that way, you don't really have to go nuts. Now, the 3 things that I dislike, on the other hand, is if you're not used to the Audi infotainment screen, there's no buttons on the MMI. So everything's touch to arrive. Therefore, you'll have to kind of understand or learn how to use it. And when you do that, you're going to be taking your eyes off the road. So that's one thing that I dislike. The second thing that I dislike, because of the trim, we're around the $79,000 price, give or take. I wish I saw no plastic or hard materials, and I see it. And the reason why I say that is because this is pretty well spec'd out. You know, just take it away. The last thing that I dislike is the fact that they do not put standard soft closed doors. And the reason why on that is because this is a luxury car. Audi's giving you so many essence of quality and craftsmanship, and then they just forgot one of those easy, simple elements. I mean, when you open the door, it's more of a sensor opening instead of an actual pull on the door handle. So it just shows you that they put the technology. Why don't you just throw it all in? As for the visibility in the car, looking in the front, you do sit a little bit higher up. You do feel a bit wide inside. It doesn't necessarily feel so long when you're looking through the rear view. So they do a good job with that, because it feels a lot more sporty derived than a long SUV, but the width is there. It almost feels like you're gonna hit the lines if you're not used to a wider base vehicle, but you can fit without any issues, and you can weave in and out if you need be. Obviously, do it on your own safety level. Don't go crazy. This is not NASCAR or F1 here. This is just an SUV. If I need to look back, I can pretty much see all the way to the cargo area. So there isn't really any blind spots. You do have blind spot monitoring, so you don't really have to worry about that. Checking the turn radius. We're going to try to do it at a stop point. And it is, I would say, right at about 2 lanes, give or take. Another thing to take on the V6 is when you push the gas pedal or throttle, it does feel a little bit heavier in this particular model. When you start going up the chain to your SQ8, you don't feel that at all. So that is just something, you're not going to really notice it unless you drove the SQ8 first, but if you drive this one, you're probably going to feel that it's sufficient power. Now, if I'm comparing this to BMW X5 or even Volvo XC90, I will say I like the tailored dash a little bit more in the Volvo XC90. As for the BMW X5, I personally would have to do the M competition because I feel that you get all the bells and whistles, and you really can't compare the two because it's night and day difference in price point. If you're just getting a regular X5, it's very comparable. The ride is very soft and forgiving, so even if you do upgrade the wheels, you're not going to have any issues. You're going to have more of a styling look on the exterior, so it's going to make it look more coupe de ride, which is really what you're looking at, and that essence is what really distinguishes this vehicle from the other two. We're going to take this back to Audi at Clearwater, go over the reverse camera, and wrap this review up. Switching to reverse, you do have full trajectory. It's a top view camera, or 360 as we know it. You can click into the 3D, which is super cool, and it is live. So what I mean by that, if I click the hazards on, you can see them all around there. And the nice thing about it is if you are using this function, you can do it while you're backing up, and you can see any hazards or anything like that. You can take it back off, so it's back to your 360 over here. You can also change different camera points to make it easier for your reversing or towing or anything that you're wanting to line up. I'd like to thank George here at Audi of Clearwater for giving us this 2021 Audi Q8 55 Quattro for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click that subscribe button. Check out the details, the merchandise, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rocks.